So when you're ready to begin, you can begin to close your eyes, settling yourself down into your body. Taking this time to settle yourself into the body, have a sense of the outline of the body as the dwelling that houses the self. And just taking a few moments, letting all the swirling, scattery kinds of energy moving outward and away from you. Just let that all kind of start to settle. Remembering the self as the object of change, the agent of change, as well as a recipient of change. And that there's a seed of personal transformation which happens at every moment when we are awake to ourselves as self. So we can practice some prana shakti. Starting with prana, with the breath, to feel change. So in prana shakti, you're going to be breathing and letting the breath move between the base of your heart. So in yoga, the base of the heart, actually it's kind of even the physical base of the heart, is if you were to put your fist right at the, over the sternum, so right in the middle of the, where the two last or bottom ribs come in to meet at the base of your sternum. So that would be sort of where the base of the heart would be. And in yoga, that area of the body is considered to be the locus of consciousness, or the seat of the mind. So the seat of the mind is at the base of the heart. And then as you're breathing in, imagining prana, or energy, drawn down when you inhale, down into that base of the heart, seat of consciousness place. And then as you exhale, the prana moves upward and out. And it can move out through that spot between the eyebrows, or it can move up and out of the top of your head like you are a whale with a blowhole, and the energy is being breathed out, back out into the universe. And so as you allow your awareness to move with your breath in this manner, then you kind of are imagining all the bigness of the universe being drawn down. And you're kind of moving past your conditioned mind, which is up in the brain, into more the heart, or the seat of consciousness at the base of the heart. And you can be inhaling, I am, and exhaling, that. So allowing the exhalations to be surrendered back out to the wholeness of the universe. And so now with this movement of your breath and the drawing in on the inhalation and then exhaling back out into the universe on the exhalation, you can begin to now practice a little loving kindness or a little metta. Allowing for loving kindness to be your tool, a resource, that which helps to make us, to build our courage in our hearts. So to begin, just connect with your roots, energetic roots, other kinds of roots that hold you fast. And then perhaps have a connection to all those in your close family, perhaps your Sangha here. And you can just continue to do this. Imagine sending out the wish for all those, maybe all sentience, to be free from suffering. And imagining that energy, that prana, going out into the universe each time you exhale. And then bringing it back in as you inhale. Imagine energy descending into the base of your own heart as you inhale. And then as you exhale, energy rises back up. Sending it out. Sending out wishes that all sentience be free. And then bringing in energy into your own heart, making sure that you are also regenerating energy for yourself. And then if you like, on one of those inhalations, you could start to kind of hold the breath a little bit at the base of the heart once you're all filled up with it, and savor it for just a moment. It's not like you're holding your breath with tension or until you turn blue, just for a moment. And then the same when you exhale, you could hold it at the edge of the end of the exhalation for just a moment. Take awareness into the seams between the in-breath and the out-breath and those pauses. I am that. Sometimes the mind becomes settled and open and spacious. If not, just notice. You can still hold presence with what you are experiencing. You don't need to push it away. The mind, the conditioned mind, the way you think. Don't need to vilify it. Just see it. Even extending loving kindness to those places within that have lots of stories to tell. All right, so then you can bring an end to this prana shakti for this evening. So this is a good practice for opening oneself up to see beyond the conditioned mind, beyond the mental constructs of the mind. So then as you're ready, you can bring your palms together in front of the heart, bowing your head. And so it begins. The practice of yoga. Let's get the chair. Go for your chair. We're going to practice some camel. Just bring the chair over. So there's some suggestions here for camel. Might make it a bit doable. You can, so first of all, you have to decide if you're going to be kneeling on the floor, like in a vajrasana kind of a posture for the legs. So if you're going to be doing something like this in front of the chair. But if this is too intense for your knees or the tops of the feet or some other area of the body that just won't allow you to really kind of release and enjoy this posture in this position, you could sit. And so I've been actually experimenting with this lately because I have so many students now who have really bad knees. So if you're going to sit in a cross-legged position in front of the chair, then slide your feet off the front edge of the blanket and just have your pelvis be on the blanket. And you can you might have to pull your chair in a little closer. And then if you do it this way, you'll notice too that when you lean back, your back is going to kind of meet the edge of the chair there in a different, it'll be higher up the chair will be higher on the back than if you were reclining. Other thing I notice is that when you do it this way, I don't know why, but there must be some physics to it. The chair slides away more readily than if I was doing this in virasana. Shh. Now put something else also on the seat of the chair. This is not going to be enough, just one blanket there. Actually, I'm using this blanket for the front edge because my chair is kind of hard. But you can put other things on the chair to that are going to be there for you to rest back on, and especially for your head. So sometimes I'll put a bolster there, but I think I'm just going to use a couple tri-folded blankets this time. Experiment with lots of blankets. Pillow too. Okay. So you can be reaching over as you lean back on your structure. It's like a castle wall you just created. You can reach over with your hands, see if you can kind of hook your fingers, either hook onto the sides of your chair maybe, or if you can go all the way up to the back of the chair, just kind of hook your fingers, and then you can relax and you can kind of hang off of once you get your fingers hooked. And like I said, I just hope that your head is resting on something so that your neck isn't being strained. If you are doing your seated variation you've chosen is a cross-legged position, see if you can make sure that the feet are flexed at the ankles. So this means that the pinky sides of the feet have contact with the floor. You're kind of like on the sides of the feet. Someone once described this as being like when you're on the sides of your skis, which I don't ski, so I'm not sure if that's true or not, but others have said, oh yeah, no, that's it. So it's like sides of the skis. Anyways, go ahead and close your eyes. Make any other little adjustment that you might need to. If you need any suggestions, just go ahead and press your space bar and we can talk, because you are muted at this point. Soften all the muscles around your eyes. All right, so take another breath here. And you can start to release your hooked fingers from the chair, back of the chair. And take your hands to the back of your head so that you can use your hands to put your head back on top of the body. And you can take your hands to the floor Push yourself forward. All right, so then go ahead and if you put your bolster back, if your bolster was on your chair, we're going to use your bolster here to do some fish. So let's do a restorative, more restorative version of fish. Put your other props away. Move the chair. So we're going to skip halasana this week. So you can move your chair off to the side then, unless you feel like doing it after we all go offline. That would be fine. So taking your bolster so that you're going to drape back over it. So you just kind of, actually if you could kind of see the camel, or what we were just doing, as being almost a warm-up. And so again, you're gonna have to make this choice now. You can either do the fish posture the way that we have been practicing it, which is with legs outstretched and straight. Or if you like, you can adopt a more classic, or, well, it's in the way Iyengar presents it in his classic book, Light on Yoga, which is that you're seated in a cross-legged position. So I know I have my back to you, but that's because in a minute I'm not. So then the bolster can come back here behind you. So you decide which way you would like to, have your legs. But if you do choose the cross-legged position, make sure you're on the sides of your feet skis. And then you're going to drape yourself over. I need to move. Bumping into things. So the feet in your cross-legged position are located just underneath your knees so that they're not in any other kind of a cross-legged position, in that way that the knees are going to be safe here. And then you can drape yourself over. Now, if you need to make any little adjustments in the position of your bolster, go ahead and do that. Sometimes we just can't get the right place and you have to adjust. That's okay. Be super curious about that. So that your hands can come together in front of the heart. And you could straighten the arms, extend the hands up toward the ceiling. Reaching. So take another breath. And you can bring your hands back down to your heart. Separate the hands so that you can scoop your head with your hands and lift your head up. And then take your hands to the floor alongside you so you can push yourself all the way up to sit up. All right. So let's go to the wall. You're ready for viparita karani. So we've been practicing viparita karani now for, gosh, it's probably been a month now, at least, right? Where I'm trying to encourage you to use your sticky mat as a prop that you're going to put between your legs. So what can be on the floor underneath you is a blanket. So you can open up one of your yoga blankets and put it in place of where your sticky mat is usually underneath you for viparita karani. And I don't know if I said it in this class, but what I've actually noticed, one sort of a surprise benefit to doing it with the blanket instead of a sticky mat is that, at least in my house, the blanket is warmer than the sticky mat. So that's kind of a nice thing. Anyways, so you go ahead and set up with your bolster at the wall, and then also get your strap. Remember to put the belt on once you, hopefully it's been buckled. And tighten the loop. So you want a little bit of space between your knees because that's where your sticky mat is going to end up. But not, you don't want it to be too wide, and you want it to be tight enough also so that when you do put the sticky mat there and you're upside down, when you're in your inversion, that you can easily hold on to the mat with the big toe mounts without putting too much effort into it once you align your lower legs. So I always find I have to tighten the belt a little bit more once I get up there, once I get my legs up there. So once you get yourself to the wall and your heels are resting on the wall, and just gaze up at your feet. So yes, once again, you're going to get tired of hearing me say this. I'm on a mission. You want to see Tadasana in your feet. So we do this not just so that we could hear how many times Monica says, put Tadasana in the feet, but so that you are aligning your tibia bones as it moves into the knee. So this is a therapeutic retraining of the alignment of your legs for healthy knees, for happy knees, and also for healthy hips further up the line there. So you're drawing the pinky sides of the feet towards you. The backs of the heels are resting on the wall, so that allows your feet to flex, the ankles to flex. And the big toe mounds are pressing gently into the mat, holding on to it. And you might even notice that there's an internal rotation of your thighs. All kinds of therapy going on. So take your chin down toward the throat. You could clasp your hands, palms, fingers interlacing over the body, straighten the arms, and then invert the hands so the palms are now facing up toward the ceiling, and then take your arms down to the floor overhead. Separate the hands, bend the elbows as you slide the arms out into kind of that cactus position. Palms are facing up. Close your eyes. Well, Susie is telling us that it is time. Time to take your legs down the wall and slip off your belt. Roll to your side when you feel ready. And just notice what's lingering here, what's left over from your yoga practice, this practice that you've been marinating in, that you can now bring out with you into the rest of to whatever else is next. Yeah? What's next? And as you're ready, you can take your palms together in front of the heart, bowing your head. And remember, you already have everything that you need inside. Namaste.